Be advised, visitors will be held responsible for the behavior of any non-human sapients accompanying them.
Grandma's got a present for you!
I bet those boomers have some awfully big guns.
Warning. Room breach detected. Unauthorized personnel in restricted area.
Your chances of breaking through my defenses, they're minimal at best. Hold on. Now hold on. Just a moment. Turn around and leave, and I won't attack you any further. Just stay away from the console. It doesn't do anything.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone. Slavery, the future of mankind. What have you done? May there be a hell for you, a Tartarus, bleak, unending.
If this statement is being broadcast, I am deceased. Please approach a Securitron and take one of the printed obituaries.
Use of force has been authorized. Use of force authorized.
By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave. Awe. Awe, are you ready to return to Cottonwood Cove? Wale.
Mercy.
So many... I need to rest.
Don't bother me. training to become a full legionary.
I can't wait until they let me fight.
I didn't think anyone could kill an NCR Ranger in single combat. I didn't think anyone could kill an NCR Ranger about the Burned Man. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
I've read Mr. House's obituary. Had a high opinion of himself, didn't he? With Mr. House out of the way, I can focus on smoothing out a few lingering complications elsewhere in the Mojave. First up are the boomers of Nellis Air Force Base, a tribe so reclusive it lobs artillery shells at anyone who comes near their settlement. I want you to offer them an alliance with my Legion. My terms are simple. Target their guns against the NCR side of the dam when I assault it, and they can keep their freedom. If you find they aren't amenable to this offer, destroy them. Even with the boomers to deal with, you have questions? It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science. Is that so? You are good, aren't you? If the boomers will toe the line, I can focus on other preparations. But not without first rewarding your initiative. Now, moving on. I want you to forge an alliance between Caesar's Legion and the White Glove Society. They used to be cannibals. I expect that information can be used to manipulate them. Go to... Oh! God damn it! Never this bad before. Fuck this! I'm going to lie down. Come back later. Tomorrow!
Was there more for us to discuss? Were they?
I spent months feeding the Omertas bribes, nursing their betrayal, and you've ruined all that. Allow me to make this clear. Because you've been of service to me, I will forgive your crimes against my Legion this one time. In the future, if I become aware that you've committed other crimes, I'll have my Praetorians butcher you before my eyes. If you've committed any other crimes, this is the time to confess them, because after today, there will be no forgiveness. Weeks of effort to convince those miserable cons to join the Legion. Ruined. Any other crimes? And so you wiped out the garrison I placed at Nelson? That strategically vital garrison? What else? Do you have any idea how much effort it took to place a mole at Camp McCarran? What else have you done? Understand this. From this moment forward, any other crimes will be punished by death. No exceptions. I will have you hacked into pieces by my Praetorians. For my amusement. Understand? Now, getting back to business. You've been resourceful in the past. Why are you a failure now? You'd best step up your performance with this next assignment. I want you to destroy the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. It's not a full-strength chapter, mind you. The profligates... Huh? Yeah. Yeah. The Brotherhood. Them. I don't know. There have been a couple. Don't. But just leave it alone. I'm fine. Now, what was I saying? Right. Look for the Brotherhood's bunker around, Hidden Valley. My scouts saw some things. I'm going to bed. We'll talk later.
We have a duty to preserve the past.
Hail, brother. May I help you? Bye. Now that McNamara has lifted that silly lockdown of his, perhaps people around here will come to appreciate our training simulations. Perhaps there will be a renewed interest in them as people realize just how close to reality they are. But I digress. What did you want? Later.
Yeah?
Bye.
Engaging hostiles! Light them up! Hey! Cover me!
Found you! For the Brotherhood!
No need to get bossy, dear. Grandma can hear you.
By order of Caesar, all your belongings.
Has the Brotherhood been destroyed? It's called an auto-doc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science. Even with the Brotherhood to deal with, you have questions? The worst impulses of mankind, concentrated in one insane, backward tribe. The Brotherhood seems to have formed not long after the Great Atomic War. It's hard to know. They care little for history. Some of the Brotherhood scribes we captured further east didn't even know the name of their founder, Roger Maxson. They like to pretty up their mission with trappings of chivalry. But the truth is, they're hoarders. They hoard technology. It's been 200 years, and they still have the mentality of scavengers. They say they're preserving these technologies, but for what? They have no vision. They offer no future. They're a dead end. You don't think very far ahead, do you? Sure. Their hatred of the NCR would seem to qualify them for use as proxies. But then, what do you do with them? Each paladin is quite powerful. I'd have to be convinced that present benefits outweighed future costs. What else did you want to know? I know he's dead. I know he's no longer a factor. That's all I need to know. Losers don't matter in the history books. He's a fucking footnote. What else did you want to know? What else, then? Take care of the Brotherhood. Maybe then we can have a conversation. Very well. This latest victory brings to a close my efforts to reshape the power balance of the Mojave. And not a minute too soon. I want you to join me in my tent. You and I are going to have a private conversation. All right, let's state the obvious. There's something wrong with me. The headaches started a couple of months ago. They weren't too bad at first, but now they come frequently and they're debilitating. For the past 2 weeks, my left leg has been dragging. It's stiffer, hard to move. And you've seen me blank out. Lucia says I stare into space, blink a few times, then keep talking like nothing happened. So what's the diagnosis? I figured as much. Congratulations, you just became my personal physician. Do you have what you need to treat my condition? Then gather those items together and hurry back to perform the operation. I don't know how long I've got. It's never had a functional diagnostic scanning module. Without that, it's useless for surgery. It's been said that the autodocs were standard equipment in the underground vaults where mankind survived when the bombs fell centuries ago. You can search the vaults, but every autodoc my Legion has run across has been stripped for parts long before we found it. Some of my scouts did report an abandoned vault near Nellis Air Force Base. Overrun by ghouls, they said. Maybe the infestation has been there long enough to keep scavengers out. Why don't you go and see? Do that, and try not to take too long.
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena.
I didn't think anyone could kill an NCR Ranger in single combat.
You're back. Do you need medical attention? Because you're a friend of the followers, I can give you a bit of a discount. Take care.
Hey. By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
Kill an NCR Ranger in single combat. I didn't think anyone could kill an NCR Ranger in single combat. Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Oh!
Caesar sleeps, but doesn't awaken. I fear it is only a matter of days before death claims him. You will answer to me until such a time as Caesar is able to resume leadership. Legate Lanius will take Caesar's place at the head of the Legion. The Legate is a fine warrior, and the Legion will do well under his command. Wale.
Thank you for saving my life. The autodoc module you recovered did the trick. I trust this payment is adequate compensation for your troubles. Now, lest we grow sentimental here, the time for battle will soon be upon us. Legatus Linnaeus draws nigh. When he arrives, my legion will assault Hoover Dam. In the meantime, the profligates have prepared a welcome gift for us. The president of the NCR intends to visit Hoover Dam. I don't have to explain the reasoning behind my commands. I just give them, and you do them. That said, every once in a while I hear something so ignorant I have to respond. This is one of those times. The profligates' morale is in the shitter. They've occupied the Mojave for years, getting picked off one by one. They were told it'd be easy. They keep being told that victory is right around the corner, that Vegas will roll over, become the sixth state of their little union. It's President Kimball who's been telling them that. When he dies, the enormity of his lies will come crashing down, the punchline to a bad joke. That's what I like to hear. One of my frumentaria set up camp near Hoover Dam. His name is Cato Hostilius. Go to him. He'll have further instructions. thank you for saving my life. I trust this payment is adequate compensation for your troubles. The time for battle will soon be upon us. In the meantime, the profligates have prepared a welcome gift for us. The president of the NCR intends to visit Hoover Dam. That's what I like to hear. One of my Frumentari has set up camp near Hoover Dam. His name is Cato Hostilius. Go to him. He'll have further instructions.
It's about time you showed up. I was starting to get lonely out here by myself. So you're the big shot that Caesar put in charge of this mission. Can't say I'm impressed, but let's just get down to business. Once we get started, we're going to be in a tight schedule. Are you ready to do this? Good. Now Kimball is scheduled to give his speech tomorrow. We'll rest here tonight and talk over the plan first thing in the morning. Get some sleep. You've got a big day ahead of you. Rise and shine. You have a big day ahead of you. So, do you have a plan for how you're going to kill Kimball? You better start thinking about it soon. We're on a limited time schedule. I do have some information that could help you. I've been spying in the dam for quite a while now. I've gathered quite a bit of information from various sources. I've been able to get some basic information on the schedule for Kimball's visit, as well as getting some rough security details. Security is going to be tight. Rangers are stationed all around the observation deck where Kimball is going to give his speech. Security is led by a Ranger Grant. He's a pretty rough guy who's seen a lot of combat. It's best if you steer clear of him. The crowd consists of troopers and a few select civilians who were lucky enough to bribe their way in. They shouldn't cause much trouble for you. Finally, there's the additional security that Kimball will be bringing with him. I wasn't able to find out much on that. If I had more time in their computers, I could have accessed the full duty roster and guard deployment. Maybe you'll have better luck. The President is scheduled to arrive sometime in the afternoon. It's going to be a short visit to boost morale for the NCR troops. He's going to arrive, give a speech, and then leave. No meet and greet, no questions, just a quick in and out. They're probably afraid something is going to happen. For good reason. I wasn't able to find a final itinerary for his visit, but if you can find one, you can get more details on what's going to happen. Okay, what would you like to know? I have some disguises for us. I've already got mine. A wealthy Brahmin baron who bribed his way into seeing the President. As for you, I have an NCR trooper uniform that I acquired. It'll fool most of the troopers and civilians, but it probably won't fool the Rangers. Well, I have a bomb here that can be put on the vertibird that will detonate at a certain altitude. But it's a little unstable and dangerous. Here you go. Put it to good use. Suggestions, huh? I'd suggest you play to your strengths. There's probably plenty of ways to kill Kimball. Just find one that works best for you. We'll have a few hours before he arrives. You should look around and see if you can find anything that you can use. Just be careful. You don't want to cause a scene before Kimball even shows up. If there's nothing else, then we should get moving. You're the boss. I'll be in the crowd. Do whatever you need to do, then find me before Kimball arrives. Here's your disguise. This'll get you past most of the NCR there, but watch out for the Rangers. Odds are this won't fool them. I'll meet you there. Good luck. Make it quick. We don't have much time. See ya.
Have you seen my helmet? I can't seem to find it. You big joker, you. You're funny, I like you. I really need to find my helmet, though. Thanks anyway.
I'm just glad to have the day off for this.
What was that for?
Now.
Make it quick. We don't have much time. Good timing. Looks like his vertibird is arriving early. Here it comes now. I hope you're up for this, because we won't get a second chance.
Thank you, my fellow Californians, who have come so far to answer the call to service put forth by the Republic. It is for you that I have come here, and it is because of you that I am able to do so. We enjoy our privileges because you take the greatest of risks and are prepared to make the most noble sacrifices. It is because of men and women like Private First Class Jeremy Watson that Nevada and the new California Republic remain free and secure. Born in a tin shack on the outskirts of One Pine, Jeremy Watson never had it easy. His father worked as a caravan guard on the short route, and his mother, like many Californians, braved the ruins of the old world as a prospector. They suffered through water shortages, raider attacks, and the Brotherhood of War. Like our mighty Sierra Nevadas, they endured. But the time came and they could no longer shoulder the burden alone. 12 years ago, they called out for help, and the Republic heard them. Troopers, rangers, just like you, answered the clarion call. Men and women stepped forward to say, I will carry the weight. And at Owens Lake, we made true on our promise, driving out the raider tribes to establish a lasting peace in the eastern Sierra Nevadas. We carried the weight, and though we left behind many of our brothers and sisters on that battlefield, it did not break us. 10 years ago, Chief Elise met with representatives of the Desert Rangers to discuss terms of what would become the Ranger Unification Treaty. The treaty was more than a resolution to welcome the Desert Rangers into the Republic. It was a covenant to protect Southern Nevada against Caesar's Legion and the tyranny of his regime. There are some back home who ask me, but who are we protecting? What does Nevada to us? Sometimes we forget that the light of our society shines beyond our borders. Sometimes we take those privileges for granted that our forebears fought so hard to achieve. We must always remember that wherever Californians stand, we carry our principles with us. Equal respect, representation, and protection under the laws of a just republic. This was the same fire that burned in the heart of the old world that preceded us. We are the heirs of that civilization, torchbearers eastward of the Pacific, into the darkness of this wasted land. When the Republic called the men and women of California to carry that fire across the Mojave, Jeremy Watson answered. You answered. Together you carried the weight. And when PFC Watson's platoon came under attack at Forlorn Hope, he took the greatest risk. Not only for his fellow Californians, but for California itself. He was prepared to make the most noble of sacrifices to defend the principles of our republic, even here, on Nevada soil. His actions are a beacon to all of us who stand here today in tribute to his valor. Private First Class Jeremy Watson, on behalf of the Senate and people of the new California Republic, it is my honor to present you with the Star of Sierra Madre. Not far from this spot, a monument stands as a tribute to the sacrifice made by those who came before us. The men and women who fulfilled the promise we made to the Desert Rangers. Its back is inscribed with the names of the troopers and rangers who carried the weight. And because they made the most noble of sacrifices, it did not break us. 4 years ago, we held this dam. 4 years ago, we carried the weight. 4 years ago, we drew a line through the Mojave as clear as the Colorado River. A line that Caesar cannot cross. Today, you stand here with our brothers and sisters to hold that line. Today, you honor all Californians by carrying that weight. Today, you are the waves of the Pacific, pushing ever eastward. You are the sequoias rising from the Sierra Nevadas, defiant and enduring. You are the great western light of California, torchbearers in the darkness, living reminders of all that is best in our republic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you waiting for? You think I want to get shot? Let's go.
Another kill to my name. Fool.
The great western light of California, torchbearers in the darkness, living reminders of all that is best in our republic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you waiting for? You don't want to get shot, let's go. You are the great western light of California. Torchbearers in the darkness. Living reminders of all that is best in our republic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you waiting for? You don't want to get shot, let's go.
By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all banned items. Your belongings will be returned to you when you leave.
I've seen tripled sleighs move faster. You're slowing down. Pick it up.
I didn't think anyone could kill an NCR Ranger in City.
You dispatched President Kimball with real skill. Right under their noses, too. What a humiliation. My forces are in a position to assault the dam. Legatus Linnaeus has assumed command. Are you ready to go to him? To tell him to begin the assault? Good. In hoc signo torus vinces. Report to Legatus Linnaeus immediately. He'll brief you on the plan of battle. Come back victorious, or don't come back.